So today I thought I would talk a little bit about I'm 54 and I have no friends, and why is that? So I grew up in the era pre-cell phone, pre-social media. If you wanted to go and socialize with anybody, you had to actually pick up the phone, you had to make plans, you had to meet somewhere, and there was a lot more face-to-face interaction. And when I was younger, in my 20s and my 30s, I did have friends. I had some really good friends, but I tend to move around a lot. I've always been that way. That's just me. And I'm not married. I don't have any children, so I just have cats. And so I just pick up and I go and explore things because that's just me. I want to have those experiences in my life, right? So I've had friends, and then I moved to a new area, and then I would make new friends. Now, the last probably 12 years, I've really struggled with this. And I think part of it is because of today's society. And I'm not the only one that struggles with this. A lot of younger people have this same situation going on where they have absolutely no friends. And it's hard for people. So with me moving around, I also work from home. I've worked from home now for 11 years. So I don't have any kind of social interaction with people at my workplace. I do talk to them, obviously, but we're located all over the country and other parts of the world. So not that you want to be friends with your coworkers. I'm not saying that. That to me never worked out. But it does make it harder. And I've been in this area here now for 2 years. When I was in North Carolina, that was 4 years. And I did actually make some friends there. There was a lot of social groups for women, and most of them were single. Not all of them, but most of them were. And a lot of them were older than me, but I did make friends. And then there was some people that were my age, and I did make friends with one of them, and we used to hang out and do a lot of things together, but we really didn't have a whole lot in common. And then somebody new had moved to town, and they became friends, and they kind of just pushed me out of their I don't know what you call it, their little tribe or whatever. So it was just like being in high school all over again. What a nightmare. And they liked to drink. They liked to smoke weed. I don't smoke weed, and I really don't drink. And I also ride a motorcycle, and I like some different types of music from what they did. So it was hard for us sometimes to, I think, connect on different things. And I was okay with that stuff. I mean, I still had no problems hanging out with them, but they just started excluding me from things. And it was kind of in my face. So I just said, screw that. And I walked away from that situation, and I was better for it. I don't need people like that. And so I decided to pick up and move to Missouri because I wanted to get out of North Carolina, and I wanted to have some property, and it's still affordable here. So that's what I did. So now, 2 years into living here, I have no friends. I don't go out and socialize because I don't know anybody, and I haven't joined any groups. There's not a whole lot of extracurricular things here for people like there was where I used to live, which is unfortunate. And so I think, of course, I take responsibility for that, but it's hard being 54, being single, and not having kids to actually make friends, because a lot of the people that I do come across, they're married, they have kids, they have grandkids, things like that. And I also ride motorcycle, and I haven't come across any other women around here that actually ride motorcycle. Now I know they're out there, but again, there's no social groups for that, at least nothing that I've found. And I'm also not on social media. I'm not going to be on social media. It's just not something I want to do. So it's hard for people to make connections, and it really sucks sometimes, especially when I want to go ride with somebody and I have nobody to ride with. I ride by myself. Not a big deal. I mean, I'm used to it. I've been on my own for quite a long time, and I've been without friends for quite a long time. And my personality, per se, I'm very much of a loner for the most part. I like going to concerts. I like going to the drag races. I like being around people, but I don't have to have constant contact with other people. Yeah, it'd be great to have some good friends, but I just find that it's really hard in today's society for people to make friends and have friends. And it's very rare when I come across people that have friends from their childhood. I would like to have, friends from my childhood. There's a couple of people that I was really close friends with, but obviously I've lost track of them over the years. I have no idea where they are or anything like that, and I've just never pursued it. But I'm not alone per se. I do have two cats, and I don't have cats, so I'm not alone. It's just that I'm an animal lover, so I love having my cats around. So I don't have that, I guess, that feeling of loneliness that maybe some other people are struggling with. And I've watched some other videos out there of some younger people, and they have no friends, and they're really struggling with that, and they're having a hard time with that. And I think for somebody that's my age, where I'm more of a seasoned loner, if you will, I think it might be a little bit easier for people like me versus them in today's society because they are younger. And yes, apparently, you need that social connection, yada, yada, whatever. I don't think that people that are alone, I don't think that means there's something wrong with them, right? I just don't. And I think that we deserve as much respect as everybody else does. And just because I don't have, 50 friends, I mean, who the hell has 50 friends, right? You've got lots of acquaintances. I've got a family member that's on Facebook and they've got like 700 friends. Well, there's no way in hell they've got 700 friends, right? That's just people that they know through people that they know, or people from college, somebody that they met along the way. And he only hangs out with, certain people in his circle. So even though he knows all of these people, it's not like he's out in rotation hanging out with all these 700 friends and they call and talk to each other all the time. So, and I see that a lot. And of course, I think the other thing with the younger generation is they see people on social media posting their things that they're doing, right? They're out with friends and they're hanging out and they're partying and they're having a good time and they're going to this event and that event. But that's what the people are posting on social media. Is that really their life all the time? Are they really that busy and their social calendar is completely jam-packed full and it's backed up for weeks and they've got all these invitations to go and do these things? Probably not. Maybe in a bigger city, you might have a little bit more of that. I mean, I don't know. I don't live in a big city. I live out in a very rural area. So I think they get that misconception that that's what that person's life is actually like, and then they think that they suck or they're a loser because they don't have that. And I don't think that's true. You're not a loser. You don't suck. Just because you're alone or you don't have any friends doesn't mean necessarily there's anything wrong with you. It doesn't mean that you're a social misfit or anything like that. I think that's just the situation that you're in. And yes, it is hard sometimes because if something happens, it would be nice to have, friends that you can fall back on, or if you're having issues, or if you just want to have a conversation and talk to somebody, it's hard to do that when you don't have any friends. And I do talk to my brothers, obviously, but I can't call them all the time. Anytime I feel like having a conversation, I just can't pick up the phone and talk to them and ramble on for like 3 hours. I mean, I could, but that's just not who I am. So I think that it's a stigma that's out there. I think it's a definite epidemic. And it was way easier to have friends back in the day when we didn't have all the social media bullshit that's out there and the cell phones, and people actually did the face-to-face connections and could have a conversation. And you actually had to work at those relationships. And I've just found that in this day and age, it's damn near impossible to do that. And it does make it hard sometimes. And I've come to terms with the fact that I have no friends and that I'm, just going to do things by myself. So I do keep busy though. I mean, I ride my bike, I do paint, I work on DIY projects, I do these YouTube videos, I read a lot, and I just find things to do. And of course, I like to go drive around. Even if it's not on my bike, it's in my car. I like to go and explore because there's so much to explore, and it doesn't even matter where you live, whatever state you're in, you can go and explore. And I love doing stuff like that, just being, somewhere, going for walks out in nature or whatever. So that's how I keep busy. But is my dance card filled every Saturday night? No, 99.3% of the time, I am alone on a Saturday night with no plans with anybody because I have no friends. And some of that is my own decision. Obviously, like I said, I could probably go out and, join this group or join that group, or go to my local church down the road and meet people that way. And that'd probably be a really cool thing too. I just haven't wanted to do that. And so a lot of that is my own decision. So that's just how it is right now. So I just wanted to put a little video out there to just kind of talk about that. And what are you experiencing? Because I don't know what my age demographic is yet for watching my videos. I would assume that I have more people that are more my age group. And it doesn't really matter if you're male or female or wherever you're at in the world. But what's your situation like? Do you have a lot of friends? Do you just have a few close friends? Do you have a pretty active social life where you're going out and doing things, or not? Are you a homebody? I mean, I am a homebody, even though I like to get out on the weekends because I am home during the week when I'm working. So I do like to get out and explore and just, get outside of that familiarity of, I guess if I worked outside the home like I did years ago, I would enjoy more being at home on the weekends. But now that role is reversed. And so on the weekends, I like to be out more. But anyways, let me know what your thoughts are, what your social life, your friends are, your interactions are. Do you have friends? Things like that. Let's get some conversations going on this. So hopefully you liked this short video. Please give me a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit subscribe to my channel for more content on DIY, home, a little bit of fashion, lifestyle, totally unscripted, and lots of fun. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye.